Oh, the Hollywood Fringe Festival. Oh my God. Why should anybody go to a buffet? I mean, it's the same thing. It's like I get to see like 55 shows by helping Matt and doing the volunteering. I I forget the number, but I think it was like 55. I don't have the exact number, but it was amazing, and even I was a little down on like a couple of the shows. You go and my heart would break when I'd see somebody putting on an hour show and they got four people in the audience, because it happens, because it was they might have a great product, but they just didn't do the marketing right or forgot about it, or who knows. When my heart broke, and at first I'm like, oh, four people, no, what kind of, but I learned such a respect for people doing their passion. My name is Gordon Matheson. If you'd like to learn more about our musical, the website is nomatterwhat.net, spelled WATT.net. And watch this video. I had to write it, no matter what. So it's 1987. I'm a computer geek, and there's a software company in San Francisco. I have a wife, a baby, and another baby on the way. And I am caught up in addiction, just drinking myself sick. And I flew out to San Francisco, and I'm sitting in a bar just getting hammered, drinking, just getting blottoed, because my business was failing. Could be because I was an alcoholic, and I'm just sitting at the bar, and this guy comes over and he goes, "Hey, what is your message?" I'm like, "Whoa, buddy, I'm just trying to get a buzz. What is your message?" And he was almost like belligerent. I'm like, "Hey, I don't know. Life's a banquet, half the beggars a starving." It's like, "No, what is your message?" And he was all upset, like he knew that I had a message for him, but I wasn't giving it to him. And I'm like, "I don't know, buddy." And I just started throwing idioms at him and little bumper stickers. Nothing satiated the man, and he weirded me out, and I got up and left. This is 1987. Time goes by. I married the kids. I failed miserably. I actually had the world's second largest Unix mail order software house in the world, but I filed bankruptcy for like 300,000 on that, because I was a loser. And I eventually, 1997, I left the wife and kids, because the wife was a great woman, nice mother. My kids were beautiful. And I was disease and poison all over them. And I probably just wanted to get high more. But I left them. And then I got clean in 24. And for the last 24 years, my greatest joy is freedom from myself, that self-centered self-obsession that I get when sharing with another addict, alcoholic, somebody struggling, saying, "Listen, you can get through this no matter what." And I've been doing it for 24 years. I go into, a prison or a detox and say, "Listen, life sucks. I got AIDS. I also had a triple bypass, because apparently cocaine and cigarettes are bad for you. I had that at 48. Who gets a triple bypass at 48? So, going and telling people, like, no matter what, you're going to get through this. And it's not like my story's great. We all have no matter what's. You have no matter what's that you've gone through that, like, they suck. And if you just thought, "Oh my God, look what the universe handed to me," and you dwelled on that, you'd go nowhere. But if you say, "The universe handed me these lemons and I made this lemonade," and you inspire, you encourage, you aspire to inspire. I saw that on one of the billboards. So yeah, I had to write. I mean, that's the play, no matter what, And so I started with the that bar scene. I mean, this guy was certain, and now I know what that guy needed to hear in 1987. He needed to hear that no matter how crappy your life is right now, that you can get through it no matter what without self-destructing. So it comes full circle, gestaltic, whatever. Yeah. No matter what. It's an emotional roller coaster, not a roller coaster ride. It's pretty steady. You go from total despair. I open up with lonely. You go from total despair to the end where no matter what, we're going to get through this. And the bumps and bruises along the way. One of the things that breaks my heart the most is seeing in recovery when young people, mostly young people, it's also older people too, but they put whatever substance. I mean, I tried to paint with a broad brush, so it's not AA, NA, OA, Al-Anon, Nar-Anon. It's just people who self-destruct and the people who love them. So I painted with that brush, and it's like, yeah, we all go through despair and we all need to get to the other side where there's hope. But in the middle there, once we put the drugs down or drink or whatever it was that was killing us, like, oh, girlfriend, boyfriend. And I mean, we've got all these chemicals up in the brain. The big one is oxytocin, which is the love drug, and, it's when you pat a kitty that oxytocin gets released in your brain. So drug addicts, we like to get those brain chemicals going, endorphins or whatever. And when you fall in love or we're not sleeping together, we're just talking to each other. No, you're not. You're playing with your brain chemistry, and you really should learn to love yourself first before you go propping off. And what happens so many times, and I've seen it, is that people young in recovery, they fall. I needed a girlfriend. I don't need to go to beach. I don't need to work on myself. I don't need to try to uncover, discover, recover. I need to get a girlfriend or a boyfriend because that's what's missing. And then they do that. And then one of them falls down, then the other one falls down. And next thing you know, somebody's dead. And I've seen so many deaths for people trying to replace a recovery process with romance too soon, too quick, without actually doing any inside work. So, two sickies don't make a welly. That's what it is. And, the disease of addiction takes two for one, and it's sad. So there's a song called Superman that kind of addresses that. Another song about synchronicity, because how weird is, out of the billions of people on the planet, I get Jonathan, and he wasn't even going to offer me that he was Jonathan Larson's father. We were kicking the Willy Bobo all the way down the 10, and he comes out with that. It's just because that was part of the conversation. But synchronicity, I mean, how am I not going to write? If you see in my apartment, I got a giant poster of Rent that I had before I picked him up. I mean, for me, it's, no day but today and all that. But I was inspired by that. I got the greatest cast ever. My cast has been there. They're showing up. They're putting it in. I'm a jerk sometimes with my expectations, but they're turning it around. They're showing up. They're delivering. They're phenomenal. They brought the show to a whole nother level that I didn't anticipate, but I have 6 cast members and 2 ensemble. Oh, I want the audience to just know that whatever they're going through, that it's going to get better. It's going to get better. Feelings pass. If you're feeling good, unfortunately, that's going to pass too. But that's not what we want, no matter what, because everybody's struggling. I haven't, you don't have to be a drug addict, alcoholic, or a parent of a sick and suffering addict or alcoholic. It's just, normies. We call them normies. People go through stuff, and despair. It doesn't care what color you are, what sex you are. Human beings, we experience despair. And what I want the audience to leave the musical with even if it's for an hour, but just thinking bring it on. Things are going to get better no matter what. Oh, it's the what? A lot of times people that come into recovery, they're traumatized by any type of God or religion, so it's oh, I don't want to hear the God word. I don't want to. So what happens a lot of times is they say, oh, well, get something outside yourself, because the disease of addiction is all about self-obsession. My world, my universe. It's what people are doing to me. They're not doing for me. Me. And recovery is getting outside yourself, help somebody else out with their problem, and you stop thinking about you. I get freedom from the Gordon show, like today, coming out and sharing some of my message with you. I get freedom from the Gordon Show, although I'm indulging in the Gordon Show by promoting my product, but let's not go down there. But, you know, they say in recovery, if you're struggling, get a higher power, like even if it's a light bulb, just something outside yourself to talk to like think, you know. And I like the compendium of spiritual principles like love, hope, and faith. You know, you get those things. You know, I don't believe in God. I don't believe in anything I don't see. Well, you don't see love. You see it in action, but I'm going down that road. But they say get a light bulb, even if it's a, you know, and a light bulb has power going to it, power that you don't normally see. I imagine some scientists will say, oh, you can see it with the light or what, but the power in a light bulb is measured in watts, W-A-T-T, so no matter what. But, you know, I consider my life, when I share with somebody struggling, the no matter what's that I've gotten through. I got through this. I got through HIV. I got through, you know, coming out to California. I got through this. I got through that. You know, all the no matter what's. And I don't get caught up in like, ooh, I got, you know, nobody has the resume of pain that I have. No, there's other, you know, we all have some resumes of pain where we can help somebody else. Or I've seen people take their resumes of pain, wrap themselves in it, and this becomes their identity, their brand, you know. And it's everyone they meet and talk to, it's like, look at how life has screwed me. And it's a sad place to be, and I don't wish that on anyone. The cast is working really hard. The team, I have Soda Percy as the choreographer, and she won an award, the last Fringe. She's in Tattered Capes. I have Stephen Vlasic as the director, and he came out with he's an award-winning writer for Disrobed. He did that. Oh, just very you'll have to look up Disrobed. But he's very creative, very passionate. He's a great dramaturge. And Robert Hall, the music is phenomenal. My music, when I do my music, I'm kind of a hack, but Robert cleans it all up. The singers add the layers and the harmonizing that I kind of had in my head, but not like what they're doing. So it's just, these are all A-level team. I mean, they're great. I'm probably I'm the weakest link on the team, but I got a decent story, so they put up with me. But it's definitely worth $15. I'd like to see tears of joy in the audience. I'd like to see the smiles after the performance on my actors' faces. I would like to see people leave the theater after the show with smiles and enthusiasm and passion to overcome whatever struggles they're facing. It's kind of delusions of grandeur, but I want to make some people feel good. I just want to jam some hope into some people's hearts. Just stick that hope right in there, and it's like, no matter how much despair there is, I mean, it's been a tough couple years here, and that's not what it's meant for, but it's just despair sucks. And, we are each other's brothers and sisters, the big blue marble, and we gotta love each other. We're all we got, that's it. And so, I want to help. But at this point in time, with all the work, and I had no idea that it was going to be this much work. The synchronicity is major. The cast is great. These rehearsals, it's just, there's so much rehearsing going on. I do have a YouTube page, and we have a promo video. Now there's 2 songs up there. We have a Superman song up there. We also have this video that John Laurie, who happens to be Bumdinger Chase Nipples in the musical, he actually edited The Kiss, where they did it a cappella, a little rap. And it's basically a Mark Twain song, not a song. Mark Twain saying that says, I'll do it real quick. It's in promulgating your esoteric cogitations or articulating your psychological observations. It's true all conglomerations of fatuous garrulity, jeju, bevelment, and asinine affectations. Let all your communications possess a clear, concise, concatenated cogency. In other words, say what you mean what you say, and don't use big words. We use an abbreviated version of it, but say what you mean what you say, and don't use big words, and use big words to say it all. So it's kind of like cute. Yeah, but the cast nailed it a cappella. You know, we're probably going to add a little bit of music to it, but they nailed it. And that video is on our No Matter What YouTube page, which you can probably get to by going to the website. My name is Gordon Matheson. I'm doing the Gordon Stephen Matheson Jr. because that's what you do, I guess. The play is No Matter What. The website is nomatterwhat.net. Go there for tickets, information, links, wonderful content, wonderful resources, and see you there. Yeah, buddy.